There are lakes that shimmer, there are lakes that soothe, and then there are lakes that feel alive beneath the surface. Lakes that watch you, lakes that whisper your name long after you've gone home. And tonight we slip beneath the mirror of two of America's most unsettling waters. Places of tragedy, places of legend, and places where the past is not done speaking. Welcome to the cursed waters of Lake Lanier in Crater Lake. The first time I visited Lake Lanier, I remember the way the air changed before I even saw the water. It was thick, heavy, like the atmosphere around a funeral you weren't invited to, but crashed anyways. Locals don't smile when they talk about this lake. They lower their voice. They glance at the water like it's listening, because it is. Lake Lanier wasn't born naturally. It was forced into existence, built by flooding an entire town's homes, churches, stores, and bodies. There's something unsettling about walking along a lake knowing that beneath your feet, beneath that gentle blue surface, a whole world sleeps in the dark. The remains of a racetrack still sits down there, old cars, wooden homes with their windows still intact, even graveyards. And not all the graves were dug up before the water came in. People don't like to talk about that part. On this land, families were pushed out, communities were drowned, literally. And whenever something is taken, something lingers. Lanier feels like a lake that remembers the violence done to it, a wound that never healed, and the spirit trapped beneath. They rise to the surface more than most dare to admit. At night, the lake goes quiet, unsettling quiet. There are stories of fishermen seeing pale faces just beneath the water, cold hands grabbing ankles, boats turning off as if someone unseen reached into their engines. And then there's her, the Lady of the Lake. People describe her in the same way every time. A woman in a blue dress drifting along the water, missing her hands. Sometimes she's standing on the bridge, sometimes she's floating just beneath the surface, hair moving like seaweed. But the worst part, she asks for help. And her voice doesn't sound like it comes from air, it sounds like it comes from water. Lake Lanier takes more than any lake should. Deaths that don't make sense, accidents that happen in the exact same places, people who swear they felt something pulling them down, something that wanted them. Once met a man who told me he would never touch that water again. He went under. He said something wrapped around his leg, cold, human, furious. He barely broke free. He told me, that lake don't drown you, it claims you. And he's not the only one who believes that. Some say the lake is cursed because the town it drowned was filled with family land, owned for generations, stolen and buried. Some say the spirits of those never moved from their graves drag the living down. And some say the lake is alive. If Lake Lanier feels hungry, Crater Lake feels ancient. The first time I laid eyes on it, I felt something in my chest, something primal, a sense that this lake has seen things no human should witness. The water's too blue, supernaturally blue, a blue that feels like staring into God's eyes, or a monster. Crater Lake wasn't created by water, it was created by violence. A volcano, Mount Mazama, erupted so violently it destroyed itself. What remained was a massive wound in the earth, a hollow, smoking crater that slowly filled with rain and snow over thousands of years. The Klamath people, the original guardians of this land, never feared the lake. They respected it. They said it was a doorway, a place where the sky god fought the underworld god, a battleground that still hums with the echoes of war. They don't swim in it. They don't fish it. Some won't even look at it for too long because mirrors reflect, and this lake reflects things that aren't there. There is an island inside the lake they call the Phantom Ship, a jagged rock formation that looks like a ghostly vessel. In daylight, it's eerie, but at night, people claim they've seen lanterns aboard, figures moving, silhouettes that vanish when looked directly at. And then there's the old man of the lake, a single massive tree trunk that has floated upright for over a century, never sinking, always watching. Locals say when the old man moves too much in a season, bad things follow. Dark winters and death. This lake has taken people too, quietly, quickly, without a splash. Hikers vanish from its trails, bodies don't always come back up. Some rangers talk about a woman in white who appears near the cliffs. There is a woman in white, a literal L warning, or something in between. Others swear they've seen blue lights deep beneath the surface, not reflections, movements. There are nights when the sky above the lake opens up with strange orbs, UFO sightings, lights that move with intention. If Lanier is a graveyard, Crater Lake is a portal. Two lakes, different histories, same darkness. One created by flooding the past, one created by a mountain that destroyed itself. But both watch us, call us, wait for us. Because water remembers, water holds, and sometimes water hungers. And if you ever find yourself standing at the edge of either lake, listen closely. If the water whispers back, don't answer. Have a good day, guys. Bye.